HoneyLab is situated in the Bay of Plenty. Its business is based around Kānuka honey, bee venom and other materials produced or gathered by bees. The company produces medical-grade Kānuka honey for the treatment of a number of skin ailments, such as acne, nappy rash and rosacea, and conditions like joint pain. Dr. Sean Holt is Adjunct Professor at Victoria University in Wellington and HoneyLab's Science Director.
We've been operating for 5 years now. My background is in clinical trials of pharmaceutical medicines, and then I developed an interest in natural products. And when I read some of the papers on honey about 5 or 6 years ago, I was amazed at what it could do if used as a medicine to treat skin conditions. And I thought, well, we should be doing a lot more on this. And that was how HoneyLab started. I spent a lot of my academic career looking at the research around natural products. I've written 3 books on the subject. I'm very much a skeptic in that there's a lot of nonsense, unfortunately, in the natural product world. A lot of false claims, a lot of products that just don't work as they claim to, and can even be harmful and can be a waste of money. But there's some hidden gems in there that are really wonderful. And when the research is done on these hidden gems of natural health, they become part of standard medicine. A great example would be aspirin, from a tree bark, or better still, fish oil. Fish oil was seen as a weird supplement a few years ago, and now in America a cardiologist will tell you to take fish oil for your cholesterol. I see honey going down this route and becoming a medicine for the skin. We use medical grade Kānuka honey. So medical grade means that it's sterile honey and it's sterilised in a 2-step process. It has to be sterile to be applied to the skin, else you get nasty reactions. We use Kānuka rather than the more famous Mānuka honey. All honeys have some activity in terms of helping the skin to some degree, but we think Kānuka has the best properties. It's the best at killing bacteria and also has some anti-inflammatory activity. So that's the one we think is best for treating skin conditions. Honey is a nice supplement if you want to eat it. It's full of energy and minerals, and that's great. But we also know applying it to the skin, it has some good properties as well. Mānuka honey bandages are used globally, and rightly so. We know that they help with healing wounds, burns, and leg ulcers, which is great. That's quite specialised, and what HoneyLab's interested in is using honey on the skin for common conditions a lot of people have. So we're looking at nappy rash, acne, a condition called rosacea, which is a red face a lot of people get, and particularly cold sores. Those are really common conditions, and we need better treatments, and I think honey can provide that. It's very exciting times. Look, as a doctor, we've just shown that our product works for rosacea. That's a very hard to treat condition, usually with antibiotics, and we need to reduce the amount of antibiotics we use. As a doctor, to come up with a new treatment for a new condition is a fantastic achievement. I'm very proud of that. And financially, look, it costs $1 billion to develop a drug to the level that we've done. We've done one. So we're just in the position right now to try and financially benefit from that by licensing to a main player. After 5 years, we've done 2 things. We've built up a supply chain so we can supply the world with this honey for medical treatments. And secondly, we've put almost all our money into medical research. That's highly unusual. Even pharmaceutical companies don't do that. Over 80% of our funds goes to R&D. We're aiming to license our products to major companies overseas. Rather than build up a marketing branch ourselves, we want a Glaxo or a Johnson & Johnson or a Merck, one of these companies, to say, you've got a medicine there and we're going to sell it for you. We have quality assurance standards so that the antibacterial power of the honey is very high. It's very, very strong. It kills all bacteria, for example, including MRSA. That's the bacteria that closes the hospital wards down and costs billions of dollars to health systems because antibiotics can't kill it. Well, this kills it stone dead. It's also anti-inflammatory as well. So we think this is the perfect dermatology medicine, and so we use it as medicine for the skin. For centuries, people have got live bees with tweezers and they've stung themselves on the joints. And that's very painful, but the reason they do it is because they think the medical benefits outweigh the pain. And when you look at the studies behind this, it's true. It's like a rugby player having a cortisol injection and you get local release of steroid, which is anti-inflammatory and reduces pain. So we're trying to bring that to a cream instead, so you don't have to sting the bees. We've mixed it with another natural product, which is from chili peppers called capsaicin, which is also proven to work. And that combination works beautifully to treat musculoskeletal pain. People say, well, how do you get the bee venom? And it's very interesting. Our beekeeper's an expert in this. And what you do, it's called milking the bees. And you put an electrified glass plate in front of the hive and they will attack that, and you do that for about 3/4 of an hour. You can do it every couple of weeks. And because the stinger of the bee can't go through the glass, they don't die. They only die when they sting you because the stinger goes into your skin and tears the body open when it leaves. So it doesn't harm the bees. I think they quite enjoy it when you look at them. And when they attack the glass plate, they deposit some venom and we collect that later.
Sean used to coach my young son in soccer, and he came to me. We'd just soon built a honey shed, and he came to me and talked to me a bit about honey, and we started chatting and we talked about different varieties of honey, and I felt that Kānuka at the time was something that wasn't really valued that well, and I thought it had some really good properties to it. And then Sean took it on board and we did some science work behind it, and hello, we're here today with a real mighty product. It's a matter of going and finding some of these plantations that are sort of tucked away in different areas. There is a lot of interest in actually planting, and that's probably the way it's going to go, is to actually plant up some of these rough countries that have just come out of pines or just come out of other timbers. Beekeepers are a good bunch of people, you know, they're onto it. The growth side for us will be the proof of sale, and once that starts to take off, then it'll manifest from there and it'll grow.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.